Ridge Hunter burst into the clearing, its armored bulk shattering saplings like matchsticks. Claws like scythes gouged the earth. Jaws parted, revealing fangs that had shredded Coalition scouts in seconds. Vega Tall's breath caught. The drone feed filled her observation post's main hollow screen. She gripped the console edge. This Deathworld beast targeted her test subject, a lone human girl. Mara Quinn stepped out from her lean-to shelter. No weapons. No hesitation. The teenager squared her shoulders and advanced straight at the predator. "Observer Vecca." Corvash's voice crackled over the secure comm. His escort team's leader sounded ragged. "Ridge Hunter has breached the perimeter. Request immediate extraction. Human protocols be damned. We arm up now." Vecca's primary drone hovered 30 meters above, cloaked in stealth fields. It captured every detail. Mara's loose camp shirt, dirt-streaked pants, bare feet gripping the soil. The girl had built that shelter in hours from vines and branches. Improvised traps ringed the site, pits lined with sharpened stakes, snares taut and ready. Earlier that cycle, Vecca had ordered the 3-drone swarm into position. "Record the human camp," she'd commanded. "Full spectrum, audio, thermal, biometric, no emissions that reveal Coalition presence." Risk models demanded it. Humans were the anomaly. Unclassified sapients dropped here for survival training. First contact field test. Observe without interference. Mara had exited the shelter minutes ago. She'd scanned the ground, knelt by fresh tracks, Ridge Hunter's massive prints, and risen with purpose. She walked alone toward them, knife from her pack in one hand, the other empty.
"Now this. Negative, Corvash."
Vecca's voice stayed level. Her claws tapped override codes, zooming the feed.
"Observation protocols hold. We bet on the data."
"Your bet ends in blood." Corvash snarled. His armored form flickered on secondary feed from his overwatch post. 2 clicks out. 8 security operatives flanked him, plasma lances primed. Doctrine drilled into them. Never anger humans. Engage only if they initiate. But this, a juvenile against Apex death incarnate? Vecca overrode the denial ping. Her xenobiology console hummed, rewriting risk assessments live. Humans registered as mid-tier endurance predators on paper. Pack hunters, tool users, fragile dermal layers. Yet Mara moved like she owned the clearing. 10 meters from Ridge Hunter. 8. The beast roared, seismic base rattling drone servos. It charged. Mara dodged left. Fluid, her knife slashed at a passing forelimb. Sparks. No shallow cut. Ridge Hunter's natural plating shrugged it off. The predator wheeled, tail-whipping boulders into the air. Mara rolled under it, came up grabbing a low branch. She vaulted onto its back. Vecca's secondary drone dove closer, optics whirring. "Corvash! Hold position. Log this. She's insane." His team shifted on feed, lances tracking. Intervening in 3. No. Vecca stabbed the lockdown, his weapons safetied remotely. "We intervene. We contaminate the test." "Watch," Ridge Hunter bucked. Mara clung, one arm hooked under a scale ridge. Her free hand punched its eye socket. Fist connected with crunch. The beast howled, slamming sideways into a tree. Trunk splintered. Mara slid off, landed running. She scooped a rock the size of her head, fist size to Vecca's race, and hurled it. Perfect arc. It cracked against the beast's wounded eye, blood-welled, black and viscous. Ridge Hunter staggered. Mara closed again. No fear scent on thermal. Impossible. Humans leaked stress pheromones like beacons. This one burned cool. The predator lunged blind on the good side. Mara sidestepped, drove her knife into the softer throat juncture. Twist. Yank. Arterial spray painted the clearing. Ridge Hunter thrashed, claws raking air. Mara danced back, then forward. She leaped, both hands seizing a fang. Wrenched. Bone snapped. The beast collapsed, gurgling. Mara stood over it, chest heaving. She wiped the knife on her pants, knelt, probed the wound with clinical pokes, stood again, dragged the corpse toward her camp by one leg, effortless pull, like hauling garbage. Vecca's console beeped. Risk model V1. 7 crashed. Recalculating. Human juvenile strength equivalent to Coalition heavy lifter drone. Durability. Exceeds class 4 exosuit. Number armor. Barehanded kill. Corvash's comm exploded. What in the void was that? She dominated it. Dominated Ridge Hunter. "Our scouts died in pairs to that thing." Vecca exhaled, her notes scrolled. Underestimation factor. 400%. Humans treat lethal threats as chores. Rewrite all models. Security lead, she said. Stand down. But prep first contact beam. She's rewriting our evals faster than I can. Mara reached her shelter. She sectioned the carcass with precise cuts. Hide peeled, organs sorted into pits. Traps reset around fresh meat piles. She built a smoker from green branches and clay. Fire struck from flint in seconds. Whistled a tune. Human melody. Upbeat. Drone audio picked it up clear. Becca leaned in. Biometrics spiked. Mara's heart rate elevated 20%. Adrenaline normal. No panic. Post-fight, she scanned horizons. Spotted something. The primary drone? Becca tensed. Mara waved. Casual. Pointed right at it. She's made us, Corvash hissed. Impossible. Stealth fields. Mara cupped hands. Shouted. Hey, up there! You gonna help with the hauling? Or just watch? Universal translator pinged. Coalition standard accented but perfect. She'd cracked their tight beam earlier. Becca's mandibles clicked shock. Beam us down. Full team. Protocol shift. Cooperation phase. Corvash's team materialized in the clearing. Phased cloaks dropping. 8 armored figures. Veka at lead. Mara straightened, knife sheathed. Offered a hand. Mara Quinn, you the science crew? Nice drones. Quiet, but the shadow gave you away. Veka clasped the hand. Human grip. Firm. Calloused. No threat posturing. Vegetal, Coalition xenobiologist. Your handling of Ridge Hunter requires reevaluation. Mara grinned. Just survival basics.
You got medkits?
Got a gash. She lifted her shirt. Shallow claw mark across ribs. Already clotting. Corvash approached wary. His lance slung. Quinn. Doctrine advises. Humans fight like demons. You prove it. She shrugged. Demons? Nah. Team players. Help me process this beast, I'll share the fire. Coalition eats meat. Veka's console updated. V2-1. Humans. Competent. Humble. Cooperative apex. Corvash hefted a haunch. Mara directed cuts. Laughter echoed. Human jokes translating rough. Veka sampled the smoked flank. Tender. Perfect sear. Fear evaporated. Respect bloomed. But as night fell, Mara glanced skyward. Your ship's cloaked up there, right? Got more tests? Veka paused. Models stabilized. Perhaps. Together? Mara nodded. Always better. Ridge Hunter's bones burned in the fire. A new alliance forged in its embers. Ridge Hunter hit full speed. The apex predator exploded from the underbrush. Jaws wide for Mara's throat. The human girl met it with one arm. Vegetal's primary eyes locked on the drone feed. Her mandibles parted in shock. The creature massed 4 times the human. 700 kilos of armored hide, razor claws, and fangs that shredded Coalition scouts. No human could intercept that. Mara pivoted inside the bite arc. She drove her forearm under the beast's jaw, locked it there like a vice. Ridge Hunter's momentum carried it forward. Mara's arm held. Bone cracked against bone. The predator's head snapped sideways. Veka froze the feed. Her console chimed. She tagged the strike. Impossible force output. Human specs updated in real time. Strength models shattered. She keyed her comm. Corvash. Hold fire. Observe. The security lead's voice crackled back. Tense. Observer Tau. It's targeting the juvenile. Lethal mass incoming. Permission to neutralize? Denied. Veka's secondary eyes flicked to vitals. Mara's heart rate. Steady 80 beats. No panic spike. Full scan. This is data. On screen, Ridge Hunter twisted midair. Claws raked for Mara's torso. She released the jaw lock and dropped low. Rolled under the swipe. Came up inside its guard, fist hammering the throat pouch. The beast gagged, staggered. It recovered fast. Death World reflexes. Lunged again, forelimbs pinning for the kill. Mara sidestepped. Grabbed a horn with both hands. Used the lunge against it. Yanked down hard. Ridge Hunter's skull slammed the dirt. Mara vaulted onto its back. One knee drove into the spine. The other pinned a thrashing limb. Veka's console overflowed. Alerts pinged. Force exceeds baseline primate by 400%. No mechanical augmentation detected. She scribbled notes. Humans. Not fragile omnivores. pack-hunting deathworlders. Her risk model V1. 7 collapsed. Korvash's feed split the screen. He crouched at his station, stun rifle armed. His armored claw hovered over the trigger. Tall, it's adapting. Human exposed. 1 bite ends her. Stand by. Veka zoomed the drone. Mara rode the bucking beast like a training saddle. She wrapped an arm around the throat. Squeezed. Ridge Hunter thrashed wild. Trees shook. Dirt flew. The girl shifted grip. Drove her knife. Primitive steel. No power field. Into the soft spot behind the jaw hinge. Twisted. Blood sprayed. The predator roared, muffled. Becca's vents cycled hot. Coalition armor failed there. Scouts died pierced clean through. This human stabbed barehanded. Ridge Hunter reared. Mara held on. She punched the eye socket. Once, twice. Bone gave. The beast collapsed. Legs buckling. Mara dismounted smooth. Straddled the neck. Knife plunged deep into the brainstem. Ridge Hunter spasmed. Went limp. Silence fell in the clearing. Mara stood. Wiped blood from her face. Sheathed the blade. Inspected a shallow gash on her ribs. Prodded it. Nodded to herself. Becca exhaled. Her team stared at the main hollow screen, jaws slack. Reassessment mandatory, she announced. Humans dominate apex threats solo. No tools beyond baseline. Update all doctrines. Karabash lowered his rifle. His voice dropped low. Doctrine already warns, never anger humans. This proves why. Veka punched the tight beam. Quinn, Mara. This is Becca Tal, Coalition Xenobiology. Stand by for contact. The human looked up, straight at the drone. Grinned. About time. Nice show. Veka's mandibles clicked. Direct audio pickup. No fear residue. Impressive handling. Protocols shift. Beam us down. Full team. Korvash's squad geared fast. Phased cloaks activated. Veka led the drop. They materialized in the clearing. 8 armored figures fanning out. Cloaks dropped. Mara straightened. Sheathed knife secure. Offered a hand. Mara Quinn. You the science crew. Nice drones. Quiet, but the shadow gave you away. Becca clasped the hand. Human grip firm. Calloused. No threat posturing. Pure competence. Veka Tal, Coalition Xenobiologist.
Your handling of Ridge Hunter requires re-evaluation.
Mara grinned wider. Just survival basics. You got medkits? Got a gash. She lifted her shirt. Shallow claw mark across ribs, already clotting. No infection markers on the scan. Korvash approached wary. Lance slung loose. Quinn. Doctrine advises. Humans fight like demons. You prove it. She shrugged. Casual. Demons? Nah. Team players. Help me process this beast. I'll share the fire. Coalition eats meat. Veka's portable console updated. V2. 1. Humans competent. Humble. Cooperative apex. Korvash hefted a haunch. Mara directed cuts. Efficient strokes. No waste. Laughter echoed as human jokes translated rough. See that buck? Thought it was bucking bronco till I popped the eye. Veka sampled the smoked flank. Tender. Perfect sear. Fear evaporated. Respect bloomed. But as night fell, Mara glanced skyward. Your ship's cloaked up there, right? Got more tests? Veka paused. Models stabilized. Perhaps. Together? Mara nodded. Always better. Ridge Hunter's bones crackled in the fire. A new alliance forged in its embers. Becca's console pinged an incoming priority from Central Command. Field report. Human Quinn dominance confirmed. Escalate to partnership protocols. Prepare for joint ops. She looked at Mara, silhouetted against the flames. The girl sharpened her knife, humming a tune. Korvash posted watch, rifle down but ready. No dominance displays, just shared meat and stories. What other basics did humans hide? The fire popped. Mara tossed another bone in. Ever hunt pack predators? This one solo. Wait till you see us tag team. Veka's mandibles twitched. Partnership. Yes. But caution lingered. Humans turned chores into conquests. Dawn broke. Mara packed gear, pointed north. Rivers that way. Good fishing. You scan for eels? Korvash checked his lance. We provide cover. You lead. Veka followed. Drone feeds relayed back to the ship. Human stride tireless, wound sealed overnight. No fatigue. Midday, they hit the river. Mara stripped to waist, dove in, surfaced with a thrashing eel. 2 meters. Venom spines. She snapped its neck, baited hooks from her pack. Coalition gear scanned safe. Vecca tasted the catch. Fresh, bold flavor. Teamwork, Mara said. Past fillets. Your cloaks hide tracks. Mine find food. Corvash nodded approval. Balanced force. Vecca logged it. Humans. Adaptable, collaborative. Their normal rewrote coalition survival curves. But the real test loomed. Orbital relay buzzed. Anomaly inbound. Pack of Ridge Hunter kin, territorial call answered. Mara heard the distant roars first. Stood, knife out. Company. 6. By the echoes. Your call? Fighter flank? Vecca gripped her console. Models V2. 2 spun up. Together. Mara smiled. Good choice. The pack crested the ridge. Eyes locked on the fire smoke. Mara stepped forward. Korvash raised his lance. Vecca signaled drones for overwatch. Humans met gods with bare hands. Now gods met humans with allies. The lead beast charged. Mara met it head on. One arm ready. Mara dropped her knife. It clattered into the dirt. The Ridge Hunter lunged, jaws wide enough to crush a scout drone. Vecca froze behind her console. The beast's claws gouged furrows 3 times her height. Mara sidestepped. Her hand shot out. Fingers hooked the predator's forelimb mid-stride. Muscle bunched under her grip, enough to rend armored plating. She yanked. The Ridge Hunter stumbled. Mara twisted her hips. She dragged its bulk off balance. 2 tons of Death World fury slammed into the riverbank mud. It thrashed, spraying grit and venom-flecked saliva. Vecca's mandibles clicked. Her risk models shattered. Humans registered fragile on scans. This girl outweighed 1% of the beast, yet she pivoted like a drone in zero. Korvash's lance hummed. He held fire. Formation protocol demanded it. Cover the xenobiologist first. But his crest flared. Quinn holds. Advance on my mark. The pack circled. 5 more Ridge Hunters growled from the ridge, eyes on the smoke. Drones buzzed overhead, feeds streaming to orbit. Vecca stabbed her console. Silent medical alert. Category 1 fatality imminent. Human vital signs spiking. Heart rate triple coalition norm. Mara leaped. She vaulted onto the beast's thrashing flank. Fingers dug into scale ridges. The Ridge Hunter bucked. Mara rode it, boots locked. She scrambled higher, climbed its back in 3 heartbeats. Its head snapped around. Fangs grazed her arm. Mara jammed her elbow under its windpipe, locked her arm like a vice. The beast reared, slamming the ground. Mara held, squeezed. Vecca's console pinged. Orbital response, alert dismissed. False alarm. Human baseline vitals exceed parameters. Recalibrate field unit. Recalibrate this, Vecca hissed. Her claws scraped the display. The girl's bicep corded. No cyberware, no exosuit. Just meat and will. The Ridge Hunter gurgled. Claws raked air. Mara shifted weight, forced its neck sideways. The pack edged closer, drawn by blood scent. One fainted left. Korvash broke protocol. He advanced, lance low, flank right. Vecca, drones to suppress. His squad fanned out. 3 security leads, cloaks shimmering. They didn't fire. Lances probed instead, forcing the pack to split. Vecca triggered drones. They dove, sonic pulses scattering 2 beasts. Her xenobiology core screamed retreat. Doctrine. Evacuate on first Ridge Hunter sighting. But Korvash's voice cut through. Quinn dominates lead. We contain pack. Mara grunted. The beast under her weakened. Legs buckled. She cranked harder. A crack echoed. Cartilage giving. The Ridge Hunter collapsed. Mara rolled free. Stood. Faced the pack. Blood streaked her torso. She wiped mud from her eyes. Your lance is ready. Flank 'em now. Korvash nodded. Crest high. Affirmative. Breach left. His squad pulsed energy fields. Non-lethal barriers hurting the beasts. One drone netted a leg, tripping the nearest. Vecca scans raced. Human adrenaline. 800% peak. Lactic acid. Negligible. The girl breathed steady. Treated a Death World apex like a training dummy. The pack leader, the second largest, charged Mara. She dodged low, grabbed its passing tail, whipped it into a drone. Sparks flew. The beast yelped. Corvash lunged. His lance tip pierced scale hide. Not deep. Enough to divert. Quinn, pivot! Mara spun, delivered a knee to the beast's jaw. It staggered. Veka logged it frantic. Human bone density, underestimated by 40%. Impact force rivaled a coalition breacher round. Drones hummed victory tones. Two beasts retreated uphill. Territorial call broken. The pack fractured. Remaining three circled wary. Mara scooped her knife. Not for kill. She slashed a flank wound on the downed leader. Blood welled. She smeared it on rocks, masked their trail. River ford, she said. Your cloaks phase the water. I'll draw last two. Veka's mandibles parted. The human planned mid-fight. No panic.
Chores.
Corvash signaled. Execute. His squad waded the shallows. Lances forming a wedge. Mara bolted upstream. Baited the final pair. They pursued. Veka followed. Console overheating. Orbital pinged again. Status? She keyed live feed. Witness competence demonstration. Rewrite protocols. The feed spiked viewers, coalition analysts inbound. Mara vaulted a log. Led beasts into shallows. Corvash's wedge closed. Lances fired. Stun pulses. Beasts convulsed. Mara finished one with a precise neck snap. The other thrashed into drone nets. Silence fell. River rushed. Fire smoke curled distant. Corvash retracted his lance. Perimeter secure. Casualties, 0. He eyed Mara. Your doctrine integrates. Mara shrugged. Rinsed blood in the current. Teamwork. You held the pack. I took the big one. She glanced at Veka. Scans good? Veka's claws trembled, exceeding models. By factors. Human normal. Barehanded apex kill. Coalition elite needed mechs. The girl smiled. Pulled fillets from her pack. Lunch. Eel holds. Corvash accepted a skewer. 8. Balanced force evolves. Veka logged it. Risk curves inverted. Humans didn't conquer death worlds. They farmed them. But orbit buzzed. New anomaly. Larger territorial call. Alpha pack inbound. 6 echoes doubled. Mara heard it first. Stood. Round 2. Your call. Fortify or flank. Veka gripped her console. Models V3. 0 spun. Intervention? Retreat? Or trust the myth made real? Corvash raised his lance. Mara cracked knuckles. The ridge roared anew. Veka transmitted. Alert confirmed. Humans rewrite survival. The Alpha crested. Bigger. Hungrier. Mara stepped forward. Bare hands ready. Corvash flanked her. Together. Veka's drones lifted. For the first time, fear yielded to awe. Coalition xenobiologist became witness. Humans turned gods mortal. Allies eternal. But the Alpha locked eyes. Charged faster. Mara met it. One arm hooked. Drag initiated. Veka's heart raced. Triple norm. Human pace. The beast towered. Mara yanked. Off balance. Into dirt. Climbed. Elbow locked. Veka alerted orbit again. This time, they listened. Corvash advanced. Lance hummed support. The pack followed. 20 now. Echoes lied. Mara squeezed. The Alpha gurgled. Coalition feeds exploded. Rewrite everything. Veka watched. Terrified myth breathed. Competent. Humble. Unbreakable. Cooperation dawned. No retreat needed. Yet the Alpha bucked. Mara held. Squad closed. Victory loomed. Or escalation. Orbit ordered. Intervene. Corvash ignored. Advanced. Veka chose sides. Drones to overwatch. Humans led. Aliens followed. The myth endured. The Ridge Hunter screamed. A guttural blast that shook Veka's drones from the air. Then the sound cut off. Mara's arm locked around the beast's throat like a vice. Blood slicked her shoulder where claws had torn fabric and flesh. The Alpha thrashed. Massive limbs flailed. Dirt exploded in geysers. Veka's console pinged overload. Seismic readings off the scale. Mara tightened the choke. She shifted her hips, drove her weight down. The skull slammed into the ground. Locked. The beast's jaws snapped empty air inches from her face. Veka's claws flew across her pad. Logged Mara's breathing cadence. Steady. Rhythmic. Flagged it. Trained stress control. Human baseline warped coalition models again. Heart rate, 60 beats. Triple Veka's under duress. Corvash raised his lance, charge built with a whine. The pack crested the ridge, 20 shadows, eyes glowing feral. They fanned out, flanked the kill. Mara locked eyes with Corvash, shook her head once. Sharp, commanding. He aborted the shot. Lance powered down. "You're lead," he growled. The alpha bucked harder. Mara rode it, elbows dug deeper. Veins bulged on her forearms. The gurgle turned wet, baiting. Veka's drones swooped low. Scanned vitals. Beast's oxygen dropping, human adrenaline spiking. But controlled. No panic, just execution.
Pack closing, Veka transmitted.
Voice steady now. Flank left. Overwatch right. Corvash nodded, signaled his squad. 6 armored forms peeled off. Lances hummed low. They formed a crescent. Curded the shadows. Mara grunted, twisted. The ridge hunter convulsed. Legs kicked useless. One claw grazed her thigh. Shallow red line. She ignored it. Squeezed. Crack. Cartilage gave. The alpha went limp. Eyes glazed. Mara held a beat longer. Released. Rolled off. Stood. Blood dripped from her shoulder. She wiped her face with a torn sleeve. Cracked knuckles. One down. Pack's next. Veka's console flooded. Orbit feeds live. Xenobiologists scrambling. Subject terminated apex predator. Manual. Unarmed. Models rewriting in real time. The pack charged. 12 broke formation. 8 circled wary. Mara stepped forward. Bare hands flexed. Fortifier flanked. Corvash matched her stride.
Flank. Squad. Suppress.
Veka lifted her drones higher. Beamed lights dazzled the outer ring. 2 beasts shied back, yelped. Mara sprinted. Low. Grabbed a loose rock. Fist-sized. Hucked it. Cracked a muzzle. The lead lurched. Corvash fired. Lance bolt seared fur. Singed flank. Beast wheeled. Squad closed the gap. Lances barked in unison. Controlled bursts herded the pack into a kill box. Mara dove under a lunging form. Came up behind. Locked its hind leg. Twisted. Snap. It tumbled howling. Veka logged it all. Human torque. 300% coalition norm. No armor. No tech. Just leverage. Another beast wheeled on Mara. Jaws wide. She sidestepped. Drove fist into throat. Soft spot. It gagged. Stumbled. Corvash speared its shoulder. Pinned it thrashing. Clean kill? Mara nodded. Stomped the neck. Ended it. 5 down. Pack fractured. Veka's heart thrummed. Fear ebbed. Awe surged. This wasn't myth. This was method. Human trainee dismantled Death World Apex like routine drill. Orbit pinged urgent. Intervene full. Extract observer. Corvash ignored it. Advanced. Drones on stragglers, Veka. Affirm. She retasked feeds. Spotlights pinned 3 runners. Squad picked them off. Mara breathed deep. Scanned the ridge. Alpha's mate inbound. Heard the calls. She pointed. Dust cloud swelled. Veka checked scans. Confirmed. Larger echo. Hungrier. Corvash reloaded. Together. Mara grinned. Bloody. Humble. Your lances.
My hands.
The mate crested. Towered the alpha. Spikes along its ridge gleamed. Roared challenge. It locked on Mara. Charged. She met it head on. Feinted left. Hooked the foreleg as it swiped. Yanked hard. Momentum flipped it sideways. Veka's drone caught the pivot. Human mass times velocity. Physics bent. Beast crashed. Mara mounted. Arms snaked under jaw. Choke locked. Corvash flanked. Lance probed ribs. Weakened hide. It raked her side. Claws shredded shirt. Skin parted. Blood welled. Mara shifted hips. Pinned skull. Tightened. Veka logged breathing again. Same cadence. Unbroken. Squad mopped remnants. 2 beasts fled. Drones pursued. Lights herded them into cliffs. The mate bucked. Mara held. Squad closed. Corvash raised lance. Now. Mara shook head. Once. Squeezed. Gurgle. Brash. Limp. She rose. Shoulder gashed deep. Thigh scored. Side weeping red. Yet she stood tall. Inspected claws. Discarded one. Pocketed another. Trophies. Veka transmitted finale. Threat neutralized. Human led. 0 casualties. Orbit exploded. Queries flooded. Repeat. Unarmed termination? Affirm. Vecca replied. Cooperation key. Models obsolete. Vash clapped Mara's back. Gentle. Doctrine updated.
Never angered humans.
She laughed. Winced at shoulder. Just survival class. You guys held the line. Pack echoes faded. Ridge fell silent. Vega watched Mara bind wounds with torn cloth. Efficient knots. No complaint. Always settled. No terror now. Respect. Drones scanned horizon. New blips. Coalition evac inbound, but Mara waved it off. Pointed to caves. Shelter first. Debrief later. Korvash nodded. Squad fell in. Vecca followed. Console dark. Logs sealed. Humans led. Aliens allied. Orbit could wait. The caves loomed. Shadows stirred. Not empty. Mara paused. Knuckles cracked. Round 3. Mara cracked her knuckles and plunged into the cave shadows. Veccatal gripped his console. Heartbeat spiked. Scans showed heat signatures. Multiple. Ridge Hunter younglings? Or the prime female, denned up after the kill. Mara vanished into the dark. Vega switched to drone feed. Low light pierced the gloom. There, a hulking form uncoiled from the rear alcove. Ridge Hunter. Adult male. Bigger than the pair outside. Claws scraped stone. Jaws parted in a roar that shook Becca's shuttle frame a click away. Mara didn't flinch. She dropped low, grabbed a loose rock, hurled it at the beast's eyes. It blinked. Charged. Vecca logged. Subject engages apex predator. Unarmed. Again. The Ridge Hunter lunged. Mara sidestepped, latched onto its foreleg, twisted. Bone popped. Beast howled, swiped with free claw. Mara ducked, rolled under its belly. Drove fists into softer underhide. Punches landed like pistons. Hide split. Blood sprayed. Vecca's risk model crashed. Probability of human survival, 0.02%. Update. Impossible. Mara vaulted onto the beast's back, locked arms around throat. Rode the bucking fury. Ridge Hunter slammed against walls. Stone crumbled. Mara held. Squeezed. Gurgling started. Legs buckled. She tightened. Eyes bulged in the beast's skull, then glazed. Limp. Unconscious. Not dead. Mara slid off. Chest heaved. She checked pulse on its neck, nodded, dragged the massive form to cave mouth. Shoved it out into fading light. It twitched, groaned, but stayed down. Vecca exhaled. Mercy kill avoided. Human prioritizes. De-escalation. Mara tore her shredded sleeve free. Blood soaked her side, shoulder gashed to bone. She wrapped cloth tight, knots precise, no tools. Stood. Inspected cave. Clear. Becca's drone hummed closer. Autoscans kicked in. Injury assessment. Critical by coalition standards. Human standards. She moved like it was a scratch. Then the drone dropped stealth. Cloak flickered off. It hovered 10 meters up, lights pulsing med-scan blue. Mara spun. Dropped into crouch, fists raised, eyes locked on the machine. Who's there? Show yourself! Vecca hit open channel. Voice steady despite awe. Human designate Mara Quinn. Stand down. We are coalition observers. No threat. Silence. Mara's stance held. Drone feed caught her glare. Fierce. Calculating. You watched. Her voice echoed from cave. Flat. Accusing. That thing nearly gutted me. Your toy scanned the whole fight. Why not help? Vecca hesitated. Protocols screamed retreat. First contact field test. Observe, evaluate, intervene only at extinction risk. But this human rewrote every metric. Barehanded. Against Death World Apex. Terrifying myth made flesh. Korvash's voice cut in on private line. Observer Tau, shuttle inbound. Doctrine shift. Reveal now. Secure alliance. Affirm. Vecca keyed main channel. Protocol. Mara Quinn. We assessed. You neutralized threats without aid. Impressive. We offer evac now. Assessed. Mara stepped into light, blood-streaked. Tall for human juvenile. 13 cycles. Looked like a warrior god. I almost died. Twice, you sat on your drone asses. Shuttle thrusters whined overhead. Descended fast. Ramp dropped. Korvash emerged first. Armored frame dwarfed by caution. Lance lowered. Squad fanned out. 6 security drones orbiting. Vecca exited last. Boots crunched ridge gravel. Air thick with predator musk. Mara's wounds wept red, but she squared up. No fear. Challenge. Corvash halted 5 paces off. Saluted fist to chest. Mara Quinn. Security lead Corvash. Your feats honor any species. We erred in distance. Mara eyed the squad. Claws flexed. That beast killed your scouts, armored ones. I saw the bones outside. And you let a kid handle it? Vecca's console buzzed. Orbit command. Confirm viability. Human dominance confirmed. Intervene or quarantine planet. He muted it. Watched Mara. She scooped a claw from ground. Pocketed it. Casual, like collecting shells. Not a kid, she said, survival trainee. Class project. Drop pod from Orbit Sim. Supposed to last a week. Glanced at drone. Guess first contact wasn't on syllabus. Corvash vented air. Closest to coalition laugh. Your class conquers our death world. Models fail. We retreat. No.
We learn.
Mara lowered fists. Half smile cracked dried blood. Learn? Fine! But next time, shoot first. Teamwork beats solo. Vecca stepped forward. Scans complete. Her injuries clotted already. Human regen off charts. Mara Quinn, medpods ready. Evac to coalition station.
Debrief your techniques.
She waved it off, pointed to caves. Shelter first. Night falls. More hunters inbound. Scans show packs circling. Vecca checked drone data. True. Blips closing. Risk model spiked again. Corvash nodded. Human lead accepted. Squad defensive ring. Mara grabbed a fallen lance from dead scout remains. Tested weight. Good balance. Show me firing sequence. Quad froze. Vecca's awe deepened. She commands now. Corvash demoed. Grip. Charge. Release. Plasma bolt scorched rock. Mara mimicked. First shot wide. Second clipped a distant boulder. Third vaporized it. Got it. Plank left. Drones high herd. Caves as fallback. Squad moved. Obeyed. Vecca trailed. Console flooded with updates. Human competence. Pack level coordination intuitive. Alien shock. Total. Respect. Earned. Inside cave. Mara barricaded entrance with boulders. One-handed lifts that made Vecca's arms ache in sympathy. Squad added lances as struts. Lips neared. Howls rose. Mara bandaged fresh scrapes. Tore another sleeve strip.
You guys toughen armor. I handle close work.
Deal? Corvash gripped her offered fist. Deal. Never anger humans. She grinned, winced at ribs. Don't piss me off then. Vecca logged. Cooperation replaces fear. Models obsolete. Humans. Allies. Packs hit perimeter. Drones lit night. Lances flashed. Mara charged gap. Barehanded grapple on lead beast. Snapped neck. Squad cleaned flanks. 0 casualties. Dawn broke. Evac shuttle circled. Mara waved it down. Debrief later. Cave secure. Who's hungry? Vecca stared. Human normalcy. Terrifying. Exhilarating. New blips on scan. Larger. Prime Alpha inbound. Mara cracked knuckles. Round 4. Corvash raised lance. Squad formed. Vecca gripped console. Orbit pinged. Intervention approved. Human-led. But the Alpha's roar shook the ridge. Bigger than all priors. Claws, like lances. Mara stepped forward. My turn. Vecca's model flatlined. What now? She lunged. Beast met her midair. Clash echoed. Vecca zoomed drone. Mara pinned forelimb. Squad fired support. Plasma grazed hide. Mara yelled, Eyes! Flank. Corvash pivoted. Bolt struck. Beast reared. She mounted. Throat lock. Burgle. Limp. Released. Dragged. To edge. Kicked down slope. Squad stared. Vecca logged furiously.
4th termination.
Unarmed primary. Casualties. 0. Mara dusted hands. Trophies. Pocketed fang. Corvash clapped her back. Light. Doctrine eternal. Humans lead hunts. She laughed. Just chores. You held range perfect. Evac touched down. Med scans insisted. Mara submitted. Pods hummed. Vecca boarded last. Watched her vitals normalize in minutes. Myth confirmed. Partner secured. Orbit command. Welcome, human Quinn. Coalition expands. But Mara leaned out ramp, pointed ridge. One Corvash stepped from the shuttle's shadow, palms spread wide and empty. Weapons down, he barked to his squad. Lances clattered, to low ready. The security chief locked eyes on Mara, shoulders squared for her surrender. Vekatal gripped her console. Drone feed zoomed tight. Heartbeat spiked. Protocol, de-escalate. Human dominance confirmed. No aggression. Her risk model screamed retreat, but orbit command overrode. Observe. Partner. Mara hopped off the ramp, blood trickling from her shoulder gash. She strode straight to Corvash, ignoring the squad's tense circle. One finger jabbed at the wound. This needs patching. You got field meds. Her voice cut casual, like ordering tools from a kit. Corvash blinked, mandibles parting. He expected bows, not Bardens. Quinn, you lead. State terms. Veka's stylus flew across her pad. Human initiates negotiation. No fear markers. Shoulder laceration. 12 centimeters. Arterial proximity. She walks it off. The girl's vitals on MedScan held steady. Pulse 82. Oxygen saturation perfect. Terran baseline. Pain tolerance off charts. Mara nodded once. Patch me. Share your scans of the ridge. We coop on the last one alive. Relocate it, not kill. Your gear, my call. She glanced upslope. The Alpha's distant rumble echoed. Claws scraping stone. Smaller than the one she'd throat-locked, but fresh. Territorial. Unwounded. Corvash signaled Veka. She lunged from the shuttle. Medgel canister thrust forward. Xenobiologist Veka Tal. Medgel seals wounds in seconds. Distress beacon included. Evac for all. Her voice trembled. Exchange. Data for access. Interview live to orbit. Mara eyed the canister. Deal. Beacon later. Interview now. Walk and talk. She snatched it, squeezed gel over the gash. Flesh knit before Veka's eyes. Pink scar fading. Your turn. Squad. Grapples out. Flank formation. Corvash. You anchor. The squad froze. Corvash's crest flared. Respect, not rage. Formation Alpha. Lead on, Quinn. Lances hummed to stun mode. Grapple drones word active. Veka's drone swarm lifted, mapping the ridge. Human commands, alien unit. 0 resistance. She jogged to keep pace. Recorder pinned to Mara's collar. Quinn, Mara, your kills. 4 terminations. Unarmed primary. How? Mara cracked her knuckles. Oots crunching scree. Chores. Ridge hunter packs hunt scent trails. I broke the chain. She pointed claws embedded in her belt. Trophies from the dawn brawl. You scanned it all? Affirmative. Veka synced feeds. Casualties, 0. Your squad synced. Perfect. Plasma flanks. Your mount. Mythic. Coalition models rated humans fragile. Space orcs in flash. Mara snorted. Orcs? Fun word. We're pack hunters too. Adapt. The rumble grew. Ridge hunter crested, 7 meters, hide scarred from old lance hits, claws flexed, eyes locked on the smallest. Veka. Veka's model flatlined again. Target xenobiologist. Intervene? Flank, Mara snapped. Squad pivoted, drones firing grapple lines. Cable snagged limbs. Beast reared, snapping one. Corvash lunged, lance butt, slamming forepaw. Crack. Bone held, his strike precise, alien strength coiling like springs. Anchor set. Mara charged gap. Dove underbelly, hands clamping rear leg. She twisted barehanded, joints popping. Beast bucked. She rode it down, shoulder to earth. Grapples tight, stun cycle. Plasma bolts kissed hide-grazed eyes. Not vitals. Corbash's squad poured fire. Controlled bursts. Veka's drone beamed trank mist. Beast thrashed. Foam-flecked roar dying to wheeze. Mara released. Dusted palms. Secure. Cables hummed taut. Squad hauled the limp form downslope toward a containment pod from the shuttle. Veka logged furiously. 5th engagement. Live capture. Human directs. Aliens execute. Synergy. 100%. Her pads tingled. The girl's normalcy. Chores. Rewrote everything. Humans didn't conquer. They integrated. Orbit pinged her implant. Interview gold. Models updating. Human-led expansion green. Mara wiped sweat, pocketed a shed claw. Good hunt. Your trank sealed it. My grapples alone wouldn't. She clapped Korvash's armored back, light as his earlier tap.
Debrief over rations? Korvash's mandibles clicked approval.
Doctrine proven. Humans lead. Squad. Pod load. Beka offered the beacon. Mara clipped it. Thumbed active. Evac inbound. Caves clear now.
Coalition?
Partners. Veka said. Fear to awe. Cooperation replaces retreat. But Mara's gaze flicked ridgetop. A new shadow stirred. Pack echo? She grinned. Round 6? Or food first? Veka's console blipped. Fresh blips. Larger pack. What now? The squad tensed. Korvash raised his lance. Mara waved them forward. Beka followed, stylus ready. Terrifying myth. Exhilarating partner. Mara vaulted a boulder, pointing fresh tracks. This one's queen. Trank heavy. Your mists work best. She sketched a circle in dirt. Flanks for squad. Mount for her. Mist core from Veka. Korvash nodded, reallocating drones. Your range call. We cover. Veka prepped extra canisters. Aliens adapt to human tactic. Balance emerges. The queen's growl vibrated boots, twice the alpha's mass, scars from coalition scouts it had shredded. Beast exploded from brush. Claws raked air. Mara sidestepped. Fist hammering jaw hinge. Snap, stun, not kill. Squad grapples flew true, Korvash's lance pinning tail.
Miss now!
Mara yelled. Veka triggered swarm. Fog bloomed. Queen coughed, slowed. Mara mounted neck, chokehold blocked. Gurgle, limp. Squad dragged it seamless. 0 shots wasted. Mara dropped, breathing steady. Pods full. Relocate orbit? Affirm, Korvash said. Pride crested his helm. Veka's feeds uploaded live. Orbit chatter exploded. Human, normal, exocodal coalition apex. Expand hunts, but Mara knelt by the queen's maw, prying tooth loose.
Gift.
She tossed it to Veka. Trophy share. Your scans next time? Veka caught it, claws trembling. Respect earned. Partnership sealed. Shuttle ramp, wind open. Mara boarded first, waving squad in. Rations. Then maps. Next ridge calls. Korvash clapped her shoulder, firmer now. Squad echoed laughs, alien clicks blending human chuckles. Veka paused at ramp, console glowing. Models rewritten, humans competent. Humble, lethal in chores. We follow. A final blip pinged, distant pack. Scattering, Mara's doing. Orbit, Quinn leads. Welcome to the coalition. Veka smiled, mandibles wide. Dawn lit new skies, partnership dawned brighter. But Mara leaned from cockpit view. Veka, your drone caught that queen's young? Tag him gentle, packs rebuild. Veka checked feed, pups huddled. Mercy in dominance. On it. Human myth. No longer myth. Reality. Terrifying. Ours. Veka's console blared alerts. Orbit command demanded full feeds. She swiped confirmation, escorting Mara along the ridge's jagged spine. The sedated Queen Ridge Hunter dragged behind, squad grapples biting deep into its hide. Mara walked steady, knife sheathed, pointing out footing. Watch the shale here. Slips kill slower than teeth. Veka's claws clicked on rock. Her sensors whirred, logging every human stride. Models crashed in real time. Human adolescents subdued apex in under 90 seconds. No armor, no weapons beyond cord and fog. Rewrite. Baseline competence exceeds coalition elite. Korvash flanked them, lance humming low. His squad clicked affirmatives, hauling the beast's bulk. Mara glanced back. Good pins. Loosen the tail one, circulation cuts sedation. Korvash signaled. A trooper adjusted. The queen twitched once, then stilled. They crested the ridge overlook. Shuttle thrummed below. Ramp yawning. Veka patched feeds wide. Visual, audio, bioscans. Commands channel flooded. Replay chokehold. Strength metrics. She overlaid data. Human grip. 400 newtons sustained. Coalition max, 220. Mara knelt by the queen's limp form. Restraints next. Watch. She uncoiled fresh cord from her pack. Squad froze, helms tilting. Veka leaned in, drone hovering. Mara looped the jaws first, figure 8 cinch pressure tested with a yank.
No give. Binds muscle memory. Won't thrash on wake.
She wove hind legs next, cross-hitch locking claws. Their grapples hold torso. My knots seal ends. Corvash tested a knot. It held his full pull. Efficient. Doctrine update. His gauntlet flared. He filed live. Human baseline. Do not provoke. Capability integrates all threats as routine. Escorts amplify. Do not lead. Squad echoed grips. They lifted the queen seamless. Forelimbs prepare. Balanced hover. Mara dusted claws. Pods wait below. Sedative holds 2 hours. Scans en route. Vega nodded. Mandibles parting.
Full spectrum. Tissue. Venom. Young tags per your order.
Mara grinned. Share yields. Your labs crack genomes faster. She waved squad forward. They descended ramp first. Beast suspended midair. Vega followed. Console hot. Command pinged. Quinn metrics nominal or outlier. Vega paused at threshold. Tooth weighed heavy in her pouch. Human gift. Queen's canine. Serrated death. Trophy shares competence. She boarded last. Sealing hatch. Thrusters roared. Ridge shrank below. Pup scattering as tagged drones bloomed gentle chaff. Squad secured the queen mid-hold. Core Vash strapped in opposite. Orbit debrief. Your lead, Quinn.
Mara cracked ration pack. Maps first.
Next ridge packs rebuild. Tag, don't call. Veka synced her console to shipnet. Feeds looped. Girls mount. Choke lock. Limp drop. Chat exploded. Human normalcy, our apex. Doctrine cascade. Veka pulled report template. Fingers flew. Reclassify. Humans shift fragile sentience to high-risk allies. Evidence. Solo dominance of core Vosh predator. Humility in instruction. Mercy to young. Partnership metric. Exponential. Corvash leaned over. Signed co-auth. Vega extended stylus. His mark sealed it. Filed. Command acknowledges. Alarms chimed soft. Deorbit burn. Myra chewed steady, sketching ridge maps on the scrap pad. Your fog swarm? Tweak dispersal. Wind shear here. Veka noted it. Human eyes caught variables her models missed. Ship shuddered into black. View screen bloomed coalition relay. Command broadcast replay fleet-wide. Veka watched channels light. Quinn not alone. Human baseline confirmed. A sub-officer queried. Bogs? All trainees match? Veka cross-checked archives. Coalition scans from intake. Mara Quinn, 16 cycles. Survival trainee. Metrics average. Grip strength. Pure median. Endurance. Standard. No augments. Normal. Her mandibles clenched. Right finalized. Humans treated Death World chores like scans. Methodical. Shared. Coalition tech mapped genomes. Humans mapped wilds barehanded. Together. Unmatched. Mara tossed her a ration bar. Fuel up. Your turn. Show me drone swarm code. Veka caught it. Peeled wrapper. Sweet hit alien palette wrong. But she bit. Access granted. Squad clicked laughs. Core Vash's helm dipped approval. Console pinged final. Report approved. Human integration. Priority alpha.
Quinn. Baseline propagates.
Veka smiled, mandibles wide. Orbit station loomed. Docks cycled open. But a new alert flashed. Distant ridge fresh pack signals. Mara perked. Tagged young calling. Hunt 2. Core Vash gripped lance. Your knots lead. Veka cued drones. Partnership sealed in action. Human myth? No. Standard. Terrifying standard. Coalition's gain. Station bays thrummed with crews. Medics swarmed the queen. Scanners humming. Veka escorted Mara through, broadcasting seamless. Officers clustered view screens. Replays frozen on chokehold. Whispers clicked. She trained this. Average? One admiral mandibuled sharp. Xenobiologist tall. Quinn exceptional? Veka shook head.
Baseline.
All humans calibrate lethal chores routine. Gasps rippled. A tech pulled trainee files. Dozens like her grip logs matching. Hunt sims aced. Mara waved at the crowd. Hey, scans ready? Tooth assay? Veka handed the trophy. Medic snatched it.
Priority.
Mara shrugged. Cool. Rations here? A ensign bolted, fetching packs. Core Vosh filed annex. Do not provoke. Amplify instead. Command stamped it doctrine core. Vecca signed the reclass addendum. Claws steady now. Humans, high-risk allies, fragile label scrubbed, debrief pod hummed. Mara sketched next ridges directing drone paths. Tag juveniles loose. Rebuild sustainable. Vecca overlaid swarm code. Adjusted. Squad synced grapples. Laughter blended. Clicks. And chuckles. Orbit view screen pinged Earthrise. Human world gleamed. Wilds teeming. Command voice boomed fleet-wide. Quinn leads baseline. Welcome hunts. Coalition expands. Vecca leaned back. Models stable. Humans humble. Competent, lethal partners. But Mara eyed the fresh alert. Pack Alpha inbound. Pods prep. Corvash rose, affirm. Vecca gripped console. Next ridge called. They followed her lead. Dawn partnerships burned brighter. Human normal rewrote stars.